And then let's take a look at my channel. Excellent. So I'm just 4 followers away from 25, as well as, well, on Twitch, that is, to be specific. I also need to do 3 average viewers on 4 different days, in order to get my affiliate. Then partner is 6 streams on 6 unique days with 75 viewers. I have to do that twice, it looks like. But I did complete the, light clockwork. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I found a way to fix what was messed up. And now that I have restored it, we can continue. Yeah, this was a few moments before where we left off on the last one. Because they take the... Ooh, encoding overloading. I hope not.
What are you looking at? Keep walking.
Yeah, because they take the flashlights and they start chasing her down, finding where Yellowstone's at.
I know where Yellowstone is now. The rabbit saw her in a clearing not too far away from here.
The rabbit.
Don't be silly, Miss Eve. Animals can't talk.
And here we are. Yosemite aims her flashlight beam right onto Yellowstone's tear-stained face.
No! Don't look at me!
Too late. A couple sad wisps of smoke rise from her volcano, looking more like cobwebs than anything. The glow and the heat from before are gone. Let's adjust that a little bit. Yeah, baby. Okay. Yellowstone's eyes are puffy from crying, and the sleeves of her hoodie are stained with snot and tears.
Yellowstone is just us. We were super worried about you.
Zion takes a few steps into the clearing.
Don't come any closer! I screwed up real bad this time.
Yellowstone starts to sob, choking out the words in between gutted breaths.
I'm sorry, I'm so useless. I can't do anything right. Everyone's so smart, and nice, and responsible, but I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a stupid crybaby who can't even do chores without screwing it all up. None of you should have to put up with me. And I know, right in the pit of my gut, that you all would be so much happier if I just wasn't around.
False.
I'm sorry you had to find me way back when. I'm sorry for being no good.
But Yellowstone, you're the best one.
Don't you dare say that about yourself!
She hurries over to her friend, wrapping her arms around Yellowstone, who kneels down closer to the ground. They embrace each other, Yellowstone's sobs coming hard and fast.
But I burned the laundry.
Happens to the best of us, kid. The laundry, I almost forgot in all the panic, but they were in her head when she went and exploded. I hope mine was in another load.
Who cares about those old clothes? I was afraid that I wouldn't get to say thank you for all the nice things you do for us.
Oh, baby girl. Yeah, that just makes Yellowstone cry even harder. She doesn't even try to talk. She just cries and cries, soaking Zion's shoulder. Not that Zion seems to mind. Of course she doesn't. She would never mind. Yosemite and I maintain our distance. She's quieter, but I think Yosemite and I maintain our distance. She's quieter, but I think she might be sobbing harder than Yellowstone, her chest heaving up and down as she tries to stay quiet. Because she knows that it was her mistakes built up into this. So I don't blame her. I think... God, what do you even do, you know, when you know it's your... you know, your issue? Like... Man... God, I feel Yellowstone so much. It's... when you're doing something... and then... oh, and then Yosemite, though, she's... I'm trying to find the words for it. Fuck. Let me take a sip of tea. I honestly felt it was going to be a little bit more a little bit more intensity there, before we stumbled upon her. Like I thought the volcano in the park itself was gonna go off there for a sec. You know, that would have been, that would have been difficult to explain for Eve. You're like, oh hey, yeah, so, where were you? Why are you covered in volcanic ash? Oh, I was just in Yellowstone, in a completely different state. Well, she's still gonna have to have a conversation similar to that, though, by the end of this chapter. Like, imagine doing all that, and just... the time you do mess up is you know, sort of when it's caused by building up like that, and you don't hear from other people about the good, so you don't feel appreciated about it. Yeah, I mean, when you're the one who made someone feel like that, Pets Yosemite's shoulder. The shaking has completely stopped. For now, the world is still and quiet. I look above the trees into the sky, between the branches. It looks like a portal into the stars.
Would you look at that? It's a clear night.
Oh yeah, and I did change the settings so the...
Reprimands, write-ups, trail duty. You'll be helping Simmons clean up so much trash that the plastic is going to biodegrade before you're done.
But yeah, I changed the settings a little bit so the text was a little bit more easy, and the music and sound cues were up there. Okay, now we're doing ominous music because we're getting yelled at. We're on trail duty and we're being reprimanded. I flinch away from the headset as Jesse continues to squawk out new additions to the growing list of punishments I'll be receiving.
With all due respect, ma'am, if I've proven my incompetence at taking out the trash, then maybe that isn't the best course of action?
My voice stiffens. I sound like a verbalization of a 2x4. But if I appeal to Jesse's paramilitary side, I might be able to get out of this. She pauses. Nothing but static coming from the other line. Maybe I'll actually be able to pull this off. Also, is that... I think that might be like a new lore drop, right? That might be a new lore detail for Jesse.
Cute. Let's see if you can keep up that charm when dealing with the field trip group tomorrow. Any other holes you want to dig?
Oh, I saw on Tumblr this, the screenshots of the, of the field trip scene that's clearly upcoming.
Not
So,
really.
so that's a chapter 3, because I think we just completed 2. It gave me an achievo, stating as such. Yeah, last CG of episode 2. 35% of players on Steam have this achievement. Honestly, I think that should be higher. Please get back to find episode 3, everyone. Still, it's not like I can actually explain myself. What would I say? Sorry I neglected my duties and left the government's truck in the middle of nowhere, but Yellowstone the girl took me to Yellowstone the park? May as well trade my badge for a straitjacket at that point. Groaning, Jesse fakes a cry that sounds just a little too real.
Ugh. Why do you always make my job so much harder, Eve? Is it fun? I remember when I used to have fun.
Oh boy, I really did it this time.
Look, I'm really sorry, Jesse. Something came up, and I had to,
I cough because there's no way I can say this with a straight face and it won't sound bad.
hitch a ride back and take care of it.
God, it sounds even worse out loud.
Take the truck then! I had to send Ernie to go get it. Now I'm down a man and there's 24 completely full trash cans in high occupancy areas. As if I didn't already have enough on my hands with all this Yellowstone business. Do you know how many locals called me about the earthquakes?
Please tell me it was just one lone idiot.
Try 42. Today.
Whew. Someone give this poor woman a break. Whatever she makes isn't enough. Ain't that the story of working? Just had to stretch a little bit. Yeah, did I mention today's tea flavor yet? Perfectly mint. So says the tag on the bag. God, shout out to the people on the Discord for helping me figure out the Cause I was so excited to get back into this, and now we're back in here.
It's like, hello? This isn't even the right park. And even if it were, I don't have any information that's not on the news. And I don't think my degree in criminal justice qualifies me to try and gather more. I'm at the end of my rope, and it's starting to look more and more like a noose.
Well, I think, yeah. For the past 12 hours, the news cycle has been ablaze with reports of volcanic activity centered in Yellowstone National Park. Several earthquakes, one of which was a 7.2 on the Richter scale, have also been reported. All the scientist types have been up in arms, young guys with messy hair on talk shows huffing and puffing about how catastrophic this could be. And boy oh boy does Eve know how catastrophic it could be. Call it a hunch, but I think it's all gonna die down in a few days. So long as Yellowstone, the girl, as she is called, stays merry and content in this cabin.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Give me a call if you need a hand. I'm not good for much, but maybe I can help you manage the chaos.
Aw, Eve.
Well, hello there again. That was the space marining. Sounds cool to me.
I always knew you were good. You just need a push in the right direction.
That's me, Eve the Good Ranger.
The good ranger who does not sock anyone in the jaw. Ah, it was hell. Nice.
Well, Eve the Good Ranger, don't think your newfound kindness means you're off the hook.
Of course it doesn't. Her voice gets quieter, but she sounds closer than ever, as if her lips are brushing up against the mic.
Not by a long shot.
Static.
Over and out.
More static. I set aside the mic and headset, an ominous sense of dread washes over me as I drag myself over to my spot at the table.
Trouble in paradise?
You could say that. But we got it handled. The girl who is connected to the park and has a volcano on her head she's fine now, so it shouldn't be doing that anytime soon. Not that they'd know about that, though. Yosemite peers over her book. I flop down on my chair and glance over at Yellowstone, who's busy working away at the sink.
Nothing worth opening wounds over.
Sunlight bursts through the window, the flimsy curtain doing little to inhibit it. It drapes itself like a lazy cat across the table, warming the pages around my hand. I pick up my pen and look over what I've written, one page already half full. I stare out the window and think of what to write next. Yosemite alternates between sipping her tea and writing a few words at a time. She catches me staring once, but rather than a challenge or an insult, she just nods in acknowledgement. An unspoken truce between us. Not far away, Pup and Zion sit beside each other on the floor. Pup wolfs down a bowl of the finest puppy chow, his long tongue assaulting every single speck of food. Little coyote pup. Zion balances her bowl of oatmeal on her knee, a generous portion of raisins decorating its surface. She tries, unsuccessfully, to feed one to Pup.
That's not coyote food either, is it?
Coyote food is like wild bunnies and stuff, probably, so no, I do not believe so. Yellowstone glances over from the hot stove where she's cooking. Zion looks up, a raisin still stuck to her finger.
Coyote food? Yup. Weren't you saying the other day that he shouldn't have any people food?
That's probably true. Zion frowns for a second, then smiles wide.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Sorry, boy. I shouldn't have teased you with this.
The raisin on her finger rejoins the rest of its kind. Pup seems wholly indifferent. He finished his meal and is pushing his bowl around the floor as he tries to slurp up every last morsel. Average canine behavior. Yellowstone smiles to herself as she stirs eggs and flips the pancakes. I'm not sure that anyone else sees. As she cooks, she occasionally darts away from the stovetop to place an errant book back on the shelf or to wipe down the stains left behind by my coffee mug. She rinses out the percolator and deposits it in the sink. Then, with the same motion, she deftly slides a perfectly round pancake onto a plate. God, she's doing her little... Look at her zooming across the screen. Aw, sweetie. She's so happy. She's in her element. She repeats the process several more times before carrying 2 steaming plates to the table.
Bon appetit!
It's the thought that counts. She slides one of the plates in front of me. It's laden with fluffy scrambled eggs and equally fluffy pancakes.
This looks great, like always.
Yellowstone beams in response, then swoops over to the other side of the table, proudly delivering Yosemite's breakfast a safe distance away from the open book. Yosemite slides that away as she picks up her fork.
Thanks.
Yellowstone's hand freezes just inches above the tabletop. I also set down the bite of food I was about to take, staring at Yosemite.
What?
She hurriedly chews and swallows her first bite of food, looking from me to Yellowstone and back again. 2 big old tears swim in Yellowstone's eyes, tears of joy.
Don't mention it.
This sprite of hers.
I can't believe my ears. She knows how to say the T word after all.
I'm sure she's a thesaurus of many T words. Yosemite glares at me, but it's not as sharp as usual. After all, she knows she can't really deny it in this case. So she just rolls her eyes, sheathing the daggers in them, and goes back to her breakfast. With a bounce in her step, Yellowstone goes back to her own meal. The pancakes are as perfect and delicious as before, and I devour them with gusto, a lot like Pup with his meal. Some of the syrup from the cakes has spilled over onto the eggs, giving those a tinge of sweetness. I scarf them down too. We spend our whole meal in comfortable silence, save for the occasional whine from Pup and the giggles from Zion as she plays with him. Once we're finished, I collect both my plate and Yosemite's and start to carry them to the sink. Like a homing missile, Yellowstone intercepts me, whisking the plates out of my hand before I can even protest. She is on it. She is on top of things.
Oops, I can handle those. Just gotta shake a tail feather here.
Half a pancake and most of Yellowstone's scrambled eggs remain on her plate.
It's okay. You can finish eating. I can take care of these.
I reach for Maya and Yosemite's plates again, but Yellowstone holds them out of reach. There's already a precarious stock of dirty dishes in the sink. I don't know how she plans to add these to the pile without making a mess.
It's no sweat. No siree.
Well, she's the expert at it, so stop doubting her, Eve. Despite the visible beads of sweat on her face, Yellowstone keeps up the charade.
Hey, seriously, just let...
Uh-oh. This might be a mistake. Yellowstone starts to lose her balance and the syrupy fork slides from a plate and... Ooh, a syrupy fork on the ground. It... Let me... No, sorry, I didn't, Deltarune Soul. I don't think I, Nice fish you caught there, though. Let's see, our fork was... Oh no, Pup. The insolent piece of silverware. Let's see, Pup flinches in surprise, growling at the insolent piece of silverware that stared to enter his domain.
Oops.
Sorry about that.
There you go. It's even dirtier now, though.
Right to the sink with it. Yeah, the soul from Deltarune came back. And I'm not even playing Deltarune. Crazy. Dirt and dust cling to the maple syrup, clogging up the tines of the fork. That's an advanced word right there. Yellowstone grimaces as she tosses it into the sink, aware of the extra scrubbing it'll need. I settle back down into my seat, recognizing that Yellowstone's not gonna let me win here.
I mean it. I don't mind helping out.
But Yellowstone just waves away my offer, despite the fact that she's using one hand to balance our dishes and her other hand to try and cut her pancakes so she can eat.
It's okay.
With a deep, deep sigh, Yosemite places a bookmark in her journal and stands up. Everyone turns to look at her, expecting some tirade about how she can't focus with all this noise going on. Instead, she faces Yellowstone and smiles.
How about I help out instead?
For the first time ever, Yellowstone's face cycles through a variety of emotions faster than I can process. To her credit, she doesn't start crying again.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Now hurry up before I change my mind.
Okay.
Educate yourself? Then I set Teddy aside. Outside, a loud banging sound begins to disturb the quiet park air. There's the distinctive sound of a door being thrown open, and then familiar voices can be heard. The bickering couple from yesterday, with their clunky tin can. I reach for my hat and put it on, adjusting my uniform just a little bit so my badge is visible.
Are you gonna go give them what for?
No, not this time.
I head over to the front door, my hand on the knob. From the sink, Yosemite glances at me over her shoulder and throws me a nod.
I'm gonna go help out.
Howdy-o, campers! And welcome back to another edition of mine and Zion's Fireside Chat. Hello. It's very nice to be here. There was a whole lot of ruckus about the Yellowstone supervolcano in today's episode. We're pretty sure most of you got the gist of it. But we're a tiny bit afraid it might have gone over some of your heads.
Alright, it's time to sit down and get some edumacation in our brains.
I know it would have whizzed over mine if it weren't for the fact that it is my head. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Some basic information about the Yellowstone supervolcano.
Alright.
Yosemite says learning is super important, so I hope you can take this knowledge with you wherever you go in the world. Cause you just gotta know a thing or two about gastrology if you like national parks.
And I do.
I think you meant to say geology, Yellowstone.
Astrology, yeah.
Geology. Great. Now just say that word over and over until you can't forget it.
Geology.
So while she's doing that, I should probably start off by explaining that the supervolcano is what we call a caldera. A caldera is a big hollow space that's made after a lot of magma is shot out during an eruption. If enough magma is shot out, the ground above it loses support and the whole thing goes tumbling into the magma chamber. That's geology for ya. Can't understand a lick of it. Well, I'm glad you remembered how to say it at least. Wowzers, give me some credit here. There's a whole lot of stuff I can remember. Really? I'd like to hear what you know. Okie dokie, artichokey. Hang tight, cause I'm about to drop some super hot
Okie
volcano
dokie,
facts on ya.
artichokey.
First off, the volcano has only ever had a gigantic eruption 3 times. And they all happened between 2.1 million years ago and 640,000 years ago.
That's even older than I am. Goddamn.
Does that mean when you almost flipped your lid, that was the first time it had been active in a super duper long time?
Mm-hmm.
Nuh-uh. Just because it hasn't gone kaboom in a minute doesn't mean it's not active. What? of good old-fashioned volcano junk happening underground. In fact, the cause of... One sec, gotta look at my hand.
The best place to put your notes.
Geothermal! In fact, it's because of all the geothermal vents that we have a whole slew of geysers across the park, including my gal Old Faithful. Ain't that just groovy? That is pretty dope AF.
Let's go. The virus has spread to Zion. She's saying it now too. How old am I? Let's see. Sea Dragon years. $6,000. Approximately. Even the background suffering.
But what if it goes kaboom for real? It's a little scary to think about. No need to freak. As long as I don't flip my lid again, it should be all good in the neighborhood.
I knew it. Let's go.
Oh, that's a relief. Thank goodness.
If she's doing good, it's not gonna kablooey.
But... Uh-oh. A lot of tiny earthquakes do happen in Yellowstone. Somewhere in the ballpark of 2,500 every year.
Yeah, I could be a great-great-great-great-grandmother.
Oh, that's more than I would have expected. Relax! It's just nature doing its thing. It doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that. It's totally gonna blow one day, though. Please don't say something so terrifying so casually. Not today, cutie. Or tomorrow. Or even in the next couple centuries.
Well, that's relieving. For most humans.
But it will. One day. And when it does, a big old plume of ash is gonna pelt down on Wyoming and all the other surrounding states. Plant life and livestock will be suffocated by it and kick the bucket. Maybe even regular folks, too. Buildings and equipment are probably gonna get squashed by all the rock. Entire communities might be wiped off the map. Worst case scenario, the delays in agriculture and production could lead to a global economic freefall. Whee!
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
Looks like we're all out of time. Catch you next time, campers. And remember to love our parks.
I haven't forgotten a single day since I started playing this. Back in a month ago.
The map?
Oh, poor Zion. Ooh, 50 states of impermanence. Oh shit, we get in the musical number.
All empires crumble away. Dreams of old glory that are left to yesterday.
Remember. Try to remember. Remember what she taught you. Her stories. Who she was. Who she still is.
Yosemite! Wherever are you hiding?
That's a different voice for Zion.
Oh dear me. If she doesn't appear soon, I won't be able to tell her a story. Our picnic will be ruined. Whatever shall I do?
It still sounds so warm. As angelic as I remember. Remember? At least I can still do that much. Not all of us are so lucky.
Wait, I'm right here! I want to hear this story!
Were they... Oh. Did I seriously fall for that? Such a simple trick. Yet I can't help but wish to return to the days I would fall for it.
Oh, I'm not so sure now. It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should return to the cabin. Preposterous! It's preposterous, dear. Preposterous!
There was a quick rustle. My head popped out from the bush, or was it from behind a tree? Definitely some type of flora.
Please, Zion! I want to hear the story about this again! Tell me the story!
Ah, that word is blanked out. So we're not... So her memory is fading or something, I'd imagine. The what story? What story was it? I'm not sure if I can recall it. It was something simple, right? A fable, I'm positive. The scripture is on the tip of my tongue. I know it is. So why does the memory feel fuzzy when I think of it? Why does the word crackle out like radio static?
Goodness. I suppose I have no choice then. No, you certainly do not.
I bet little Yosemite was adorable. As Zion left, her laugh was always so beautiful, like a song. It would always draw the birds to her. They would perch themselves on her shoulders. Her wings, her antlers, back when she had them.
Very well. Come sit down, little one. You can't listen to a story from all the way over there, now can you?
I crawled out from whatever plant it was I was hiding behind. Sitting on a long toppled tree, Zion patted her lap. Her gown fluttered all the way down her long body and drifted with the wind. I looked up to smile at her. I remember that much. And what? I looked up to smile at her and there was no face. That can't be right. But no matter how hard I try to remember, her face is a blur. Her voice was beautiful. Her build was tall, so what did she look like?
Coming!
I skipped over to where she was sitting, and the more I think about it, the blurrier it gets. Details begin to blend. The patches of dirt and grass I was romping across mixed together. They're a spiraling green and brown vortex now. Was it even a log she was sitting on? Could it have been a rock? By the time I'm sitting on her lap, it doesn't matter. By the time I was sitting on her lap, she was my anchor.
Straighten your posture. But Zion, must I really?
So this is interesting. They used to be swapped, and Yosemite was the little cute one, and Zion was like the big sister. Huh. I mean, they talked about how she had been, different before a certain incident. Let's learn more. Let's learn more.
Only if you respect yourself.
Whining, I pulled back my slumped shoulders, then rolled my eyes at her. Except now I don't have a face either.
Now?
Zion nodded, but it looks like watercolors sweating down a canvas.
Once upon a time, in a field. In the past, he had been... including his clothes. While wandering the endless...
More vanishing words now? Why aren't they coming to me? Where did they go? Everything is congealing together now. Everything about this, I can only remember it as if I saw it all through tears. The world as I knew it was only a kaleidoscope now, a mesh of people, colors, and sounds. Not this one. Please, any memory but this. It's too precious. Let me hear it again. Let me hear the story. Let me hear your voice. Please.
Yosemite.
Yosemite. Yosemite.
There's a tug at my sleeve. I feel the breath leave my body as I gasp, pulling me back into consciousness. I jolt up in my seat. Zion flinches. Clenching my chest, I look down at her. Her wings are tucked in and wrapped around her like a blanket. The mangy puppy is at her side, standing guard in case I make any sudden movements. Creature!
Go back to sleep, boy.
The creature was awoken. Her voice is gentle but firm. Seeing such authority protrude from this new small body of hers is comical. But just like animals always do with her, the puppy listens, and after a cursory glance, it trots over to its overfluffed bed and lays down. Light has just begun to creep through the window. The entire cabin is tinted in an untouched blue. Scattered across the room, I can hear Yellowstone and the ranger snoring. The ranger is louder. I attempt to ask her what she's doing awake so early, but a yawn breaks through instead. Only an impression of a sentence comes out.
I'm always awake this early. It's peaceful.
Her wings spread out, their feathers puffing up. She plants her hands on her waist and gives me a scolding glance.
I think the real question is, why are you sleeping at the table? It's so hard and uncomfy. No wonder you mutter in your sleep.
I wasn't sleeping. It was just a quick cat nap.
Happens to me all the time too, you know. The glare only gets more stern as she flaps her wings and hovers off the ground. Soft bursts of wind kiss my face. My only warning.
You were buried in your research again.
Drat. These stacks of books and paper on the table always make it nothing but obvious.
Weren't you?
Even now, after all this time and all these changes, she's still like this. At least I can latch onto it and take some small comfort.
Can't get anything past you.
I give a fake sigh and let it dissolve into a smile.
I was.
There's not much else I can say that wouldn't just extend the theatrics. Zion exhales deeply, landing back on the ground instead of stern. She only looks worried now.
I know it means a lot to you, and I don't want you to stop or anything, but you always get so cranky when you put too much of yourself into it. It's sad to watch when it happens. At least get some good sleep so you're well rested. Please?
She stares up at me. hands folded in pleading. There's a warmth in her eyes as there always has been, yet they aren't the same eyes I grew to cherish. They're different now. And they've been different for a long time.
Come here, little one.
I beckon her forward with my finger. She doesn't hesitate to come in for an embrace. Nuzzling in close, she squeezes me tight.
You know I get anxious real easy.
I know. Sorry for making you worry.
I pat her, bringing her with me as I do my best to rock and forth in this chair. Yes, I can take comfort in the small reminders of the past, but it'll never be the same as when it was. Existing like this, hugging her like this. Perhaps it's important to love it, despite everything, but it rings so hollow. I wish it wouldn't.
Say, Zion?
Her voice is muffled. She looks up. Only hair and a pair of eyes. The rest of her still buried in my clothes.
Do you remember that story we like? The one you used to always tell me?
She tilts her head.
No. You and Yellowstone are the ones who tell stories. That's how it's always been.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, this game is getting me again. No, not always.
Maybe I've told it to you before then. It's about an animal, right? Some kind of bird?
Clutching her head, she tries to squeeze the information out of herself. But it just ends up looking painful.
I think you mentioned something about it recently, but I don't remember.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
It's not surprising, but it doesn't keep it from being any less disappointing.
No need to apologize.
I bring her back in close. If she saw the look on my face, it would only worry her more.
Occasionally, things just slip our minds. It's just something that happens over time.
I'm not sure quite yet. They haven't explained what happened to her, but clearly she was more of a motherly big sister type before, and then now she's the baby of the group. So something went on. Might be something like a rebirth, though I don't think they've used that terminology yet, or if they will. Let's see, 8:59. I'm going to take a brief break real quick and then keep going from here. Mm-hmm. mm. mm. Chapter 3, Daughter of Zion.
For the love of God, Yellowstone! If you're gonna bellyache about needing help with the cleaning, then the least you can do is sweep up the soot from your head, Kano!
I drag my finger along the floorboard. A chalky gray powder sticks to it. It's like someone sprinkled ashes from the fireplace.
You're yelling at air. She and Zion went out to find trouble hours ago.
Yosemite is sitting over at the table in her usual spot because there's literally nothing better for her to do. But instead of flipping through a book or scribbling down notes in handwriting I cannot read for the life of me, she's just sitting there, her hands clasped together, resting beneath her nose.
I'm yelling at her in the general sense. It's a hypothetical yell.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
It's not hypothetical if you say it out loud.
She's got you there, buddy.
And it's not a Saturday morning if you aren't being a pain in the ass.
You love it.
I tolerate it.
Coffee?
Please.
By the time I'm over at the table, she already has a steaming hot cup of coffee for me, straight from the percolator.
I need this.
I flop down in the chair. When I stare down into the cup, it's thick and black and swirling with just a bit of sugar. Huh. She remembered. Here's to you, you overgrown tree.
Exasperating morning.
Every day of my life is exasperating. But this...
I take a quick gulp from my mug. If I don't breathe, it doesn't burn as bad.
This has the added bonus of being my day off.
Let's go. Our girl's got a day off for once in her life.
Isn't that normally a good thing?
You would think so, right? But this also happens to be the day my boss is visiting.
Ah, so not really a day off. Great.
The chatty woman who seems far more respectable than you. I assumed you two got along.
It's hard to get angry at that remark, even if it is chock full of sass. Jessie is absolutely more respectable than me.
Oh, yeah, she's a hoot. But her mercy isn't eternal. Which means no messes, no coyotes, and I can't believe life has led me to a point where I actually have to say this out loud. No park girls.
Yosemite raises an eyebrow, but I don't detect any of her usual smarm behind it.
Is that really what you call us?
What, you want to be a ghost forever?
Her eyes slink down, scanning the permanent mess of research cluttering the table. A joyless smirk sprouts from her lips.
No, I suppose not.
Anyway, I was hoping to get Yellowstone's help with tidying up this sty, but seeing as she's not here...
I chug what's left of my coffee and slam it down with a satisfying clank.
You'll be helping instead.
You just decided that, huh?
Yep, wouldn't have it any other way. Just deciding on the fly. Based on my own convenience. Yep.
Sure did. Not like you're actually doing anything productive.
And she isn't, unless you count staring at a wall as productive. She's just been daydreaming all morning. I expect at least a little pushback, but aside from a dirty look, which, let's be real, is just her regular face, She starts organizing her research into nice, orderly stacks. Okay, like, man, let me tell you something. People are... I don't know, if you just have a certain look about you, people really are just take it as a dirty look, even if it's not intended that way. Like the resting bitch face, oh my god, fuck. Yeah, I gotta... People always think I'm looking like a... But I'm not. I'm just sitting there, or standing there, probably lost in thought about, like, games like this, mostly. Or anime, or manga, or webtoons.
I'll help you out, but only so Yellowstone doesn't have more work to do. Try to tell me how to clean, and I'll use your hat as a rag.
Ah, there's the sass we've come to know and love. She sounds utterly defeated while saying it. Did I stumble my way into taming her? Life really is full of happy accidents. Yeah. And like, it gives them a fucking excuse to be, like, annoying back. And it's like, but I didn't even do anything to you, man.
That's what I like to hear. See how peaceful things can be when you just bend to my will.
She likes people bending to her will. I say it jokingly, but you know what? It's true. My life would be so much easier if everyone just listened to what I said. That's it? Just, No snide comments about squashing my growing ego? No sweeping declarations of hypocrisy? Must be an off day.
You feeling okay today? If you're running a fever, you should tell me now so I can report any fires before they get out of hand.
She walks past me and takes to the sink, not even bothering to turn on the faucet. She wrings out the water from her hair and lets it run over the dirty plates in the sink. Slightly revolting, I guess, but I'm way beyond the point of thinking too hard about this kind of stuff.
I feel fine.
Turning away from me, she goes back to the dishes, brushing me off with a wave of her hand.
I have my doubts, but assuming you know how to use a broom, get the area by the couch. That part of the floor is where Yellowstone sleeps.
Which is why all of her head, soot is down there. Now that she mentions it, I don't think I've ever seen Yellowstone sleep on the couch. Yosemite guards it with the ferocity of a Rottweiler, leaving poor Yellowstone to wiggle on the floor like a slug in her sleeping bag. It, almost makes me feel bad for all those times I've kicked her out of bed. Almost. I head for the closet and fish out the broom, dragging the brush along the floorboards as I head for the couch. It's really the most efficient way to clean the maximum amount of space. Yep. Bro, she starts mopping up stuff and dusting in the game, and I start getting my nose all... Oh, goodness. Goodness me. thank you. Not even... Today everyone learns even... VTubers sneeze. Even giant talking fish sneeze. Okay, there we go. Cute puppy. Who's the good boy? Who's the goodest little boy? It doesn't take long for Pup to take notice of it.
Don't you even.
He goes around like it's prey. I didn't read that before I skipped it. R.I.P. Actually, hold on. If I need anyone, who knows? Don't you even. That was my first mistake, because when I yank the broom back, he pounces. This really is a puppy dog. He lands on the head of the broom. I feel the weight immediately, and unable to even tug on it without pulling him along too.
No.
As if challenging me, he bites into the brush.
You little gremlin!
I try to pull it away from him, but he just takes that as his cue to pull it towards himself.
Let's go.
I pull. He pulls. Amazing! He baited me into playing tug-o-war. I bet this was his plan all along. As much as I would love to spend more time with the goodest boy in the whole world, I decide to end it then and there. I drop the broom and walk over, picking him up by the scruff of his neck.
God, you're getting so heavy.
He's eaten all the food. He's eaten all the puppy chow, and now he's fat. It's like he knows it too, because he just pants happily while he dangles there. He really has grown since I was first stationed here. Before, I could easily pick him up with one hand. Now it's a bit of a workout. Bad. He licks his chops.
But also, so good.
Baby boy. Baby. I'm too much of a sucker to do any actual scolding, but at the same time, he is too much of a liability right now. Jessie would have my head and probably do the decapitation herself if she saw him. I carry him over to the door and toss him onto the porch, slamming the door shut before he can charge back in. He'll just have to stay outside until the visit is over. Don't you sadly woo at me, you little beast. There it is, the waterworks, the saddest Awu in the world. Not long after, he starts scratching at the door.
Is leaving him out there a good idea? What if he goes to the campground?
Great. He'll love the attention. You should have seen him when he was down there last week. All the kids were begging their parents to take him home.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing?
It's a thing. Humans are hardwired to love the cute little fuzzy wuzzies.
Yeah, Pup's scratching at the doorsteps. Yosemite freezes, dropping a plate in the sink. It doesn't shatter, but I wish it did, because at least that would end the silence. Her head turns. The only word I can use to describe the look on her face would be concerned. I cough, because any noise will ease my discomfort at this point.
Anyway, it's not a big deal. Just until Jessie leaves.
Yeah, Yosemite rolls her eyes and shrugs off the encounter. I make the walk of shame back to the broom and start to sweep.
So tell me, Ranger, why is she coming? Doesn't she typically call you over the radio to check in?
She said she just wanted to catch up. Lord knows why when she has 1,000 more important things she could be doing.
Yeah, like she was swamped about all those people who were calling about Yellowstone, even though it's not the park she works at. Best promotion on steampoo.org. Give me my Twitch sweeping tool. Okay, the dust on the floor has barely moved. It's just more smeared around now. Damn broom must be defective. Okay. 1 viewers right now on Twitch. Got a chat. And no, we don't. Bam.
Maybe she considers you important.
I stop.
For her sake, I hope she doesn't. I'm just gonna keep letting her down.
It's already happened more times than I can count. This last time, she was the only thing standing between me and unemployment. I still have no idea how she managed to get the lawsuit swept under the rug.
Knowing her, though, I'm sure she'll just keep poking her nose into my business.
Don't take it for granted. You might not always have someone like that.
Yeah. Like, the lesson so far, I feel, has always been, in this game, for appreciating, you know, the people that you have. Because that's why Yellowstone was flipping her lid, feeling unappreciated like that. Yosemite doesn't stop washing the dishes this time, but there's an unfamiliar weight behind her words, a tinge of wistfulness.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna bite the soul again. Yeah, you go ahead, I'll keep watching from the opposite corner. It's weird. No matter how hopeless I became, rather. Jessie was the only person who constantly insisted that this job has any value, that I have value. I don't know if she's right, but sometimes it was enough to actually make me feel like I was important.
Since when did you start giving good advice?
Since before you were born. But you're just too stubborn to listen.
Nah, that can't be right.
Oh, fuck. A collage of muffled stomps and voices practically breaks down the door. It's such an unfocused racket, it sounds like a middle school marching band just descended upon the porch. Yellowstone's voice carries a tune from outside. My ears are already bracing for impact. She swings open the door, striking the wall with the doorknob. The dishes on the counter rattle.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day.
Yeah, she marches into the cabin, caked from head to toe with dry mud, tracking it right behind her.
I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away.
Zion trots in behind her, singing the rest of the verse. She's also drenched in mud, everywhere from her angelic hair to her pretty gown. At least she has the decency to fly instead of getting it on the floor, though.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn.
She stomps around the room, spreading the gospel of mud from floorboard to floorboard. Zion follows behind her happily. I can feel the scowl forming across my lips, my eye twitching. Hey, I'm streaming this on Twitch. Title drop.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing?
Finally, once there's a trail of muddy footsteps spiraling around the cabin, Yellowstone makes her way to me and leans in.
Dying to blow your horn.
Amazing delivery on that, by the way. I think she's done. There's a long pause as Yellowstone waits for something. Maybe it's a smile, or maybe she's waiting for me to crack.
What's the matter, Ranger? Ain't you gonna say howdy?
You.
Yellowstone!
That is your name.
You.
My voice is a low growl.
Yellowstone?
Her voice is a scared whisper.
You realize what you have just done?
I grip her shoulders, digging my fingernails into her clothes. She shrinks back and I feel like a giant. The fear swims in her eyes.
Did I sing too loud?
Not quite, buddy.
Look.
My hands move from her shoulders to her head. I twist her to each spot on the floor that mud is stuck to, forcing her to face the destruction that she has wrought.
Oh, that ain't a big dealio. I can clean that up lickety-split.
Lickety-split, huh? How long is that? It better be seconds because my boss will be here any minute.
Oh, jeez. I had no idea. Honest, I'm real sorry.
I had no idea.
Try and make
I
it up
love
to you.
her accent so much, dude. What a cutie. As good at it as I am, it's hard to stay angry at her for too long. With how often she cleans this place, I know she didn't do it on purpose. All she's guilty of is being an airhead, and getting uppity with an airhead just makes me a tyrant. I sigh, down from fury to mild annoyance. Progress.
Don't worry clean it up together.
Looking over her, it's hard to not at least smirk. You ever see a teenager fall off a skateboard and eat dirt? It's kind of like that.
Look at you. You're filthy. How do you even get mud in some of these places?
I dab my finger on my tongue and wipe some of the grime off her volcano. The brat groans and pouts about it, but by the time I'm done, I can see my reflection.
Same goes for you, Zion. What on earth did you get up to? You look like a derelict.
For as much grief as I give Yellowstone for her butchering of the English language, at least she's not trying to bring back the 19th century like Yosemite.
Well, we were out picking mushrooms.
And you avoided the poisonous ones, right?
Yosemite squats down, wringing water out of her hair and onto her jacket as if polishing a plate or a car. She wipes the smudges off Zion's face and makes an attempt at some of the mud crusted to her hair.
Yellowstone almost ate one, but then I told her what you told me. That ego death stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Just what exactly is in the mushrooms of Yosemite National Park?
But afterwards, we decided that plain old mushrooms just weren't enough. So we decided to make mud pies.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It was very exciting.
Yosemite's eyes are a smithery and the daggers are being sharpened as she looks to Yellowstone.
And you let this happen?
Sure did. We even used my head as an oven so the pies would get nice and warm.
I chop Yellowstone's volcano to shut her up. The ridges scrape my hand.
Already dug your grave. Don't give the eulogy too.
Yosemite's ire has been delayed for now. She sighs and returns her focus to Zion.
Honestly, Zion, it's perfectly okay if you want to play, but does it have to be so dirty? It's unsightly.
Unsightly? Please. Since when did you become Victorian?
I snort. This girl has the weirdest hang-ups.
I'm not happy with it either, but she's just a kid. Let her have her fun.
Don't call her that.
Hmm? Yosemite snaps at me like a cornered dog. Both me and Yellowstone flinch. But when she looks back at Zion, all is well. She gives her a smile, brushing her fingers through Zion's hair.
Ignore her. You're a beautiful and proper young lady. Like you've always been. Just be sure to act like it, okay?
Yosemite's smile looks like it's starting to strain, forming dimples I've never seen before. Yellowstone looks away, frowning as she bends down to pick up the broom. Poor Zion can only silently beg me for help. Sorry, kid, but I don't think Yosemite's gonna let me win this one. Finally, she settles on Yosemite and tries to force her own smile. Her desperation for this moment to end is practically carved into her eyes.
Okay. I'll try to be more careful and not get dirty when playing from now on.
She pats Zion on the head and stands up, massaging the bridge of her nose like she was struck with a migraine.
Sweetie.
Zion snaps to attention.
Be a dear and dust off the top of the bookshelf for me, please. It's the easiest for you to reach.
Yes, of course. I'll get right on that.
Because I live in a nightmare, Zion plucks a feather from one of her wings and flies up to the top of the bookshelf to use it as a duster. Yosemite lumbers over to the sink, returning to the dishes. leaving me and Yellowstone alone in the middle of the cabin. I lean in and whisper as she uses the broom to swat out the dust under the couch.
Why do I feel like I just witnessed something kind of gross?
She whispers back.
Yosemites got it bad.
Has what?
Yosemite feigns a cough from across the room.
I'll see to my own as I deem fit, Ranger. Now get to cleaning before the better version of you arrives.
Damn. She's not wrong about that last bit, but I resent the first half. I've been here long enough to have some say in how exactly we play house.
Mama Bear Syndrome.
Yellowstone finishes her secret and slides off with the broom. It's, none of my business. I won't make it my business. But if I were to make it my business, which I'm not, there would be an uneasy tickle crawling down the back of my neck, though. Wouldn't be the first time a hunch ended up being the common cold. We all get to business about cleaning the cabin, much to my endless relief. Getting the mud out isn't as hard as I thought it would be. That's hardwood for you. Flora as God intended it. Shit. Well, you know what? I'm happy with the nice length of time that we got here today. I'll save Jesse for the next one, why don't I? So wonderful. Well, in the next one, whew, I guess I'll think about my schedule for the rest of the week and post something. Um, Post something about it. I'll be back at this, because I'm needed in the other dimension for the next couple days. You know what? I'll try to make it, a couple times this week still. I got a, 100th video, to prepare, so that'll be fun. And I'm learning more and more how to put up a, put stuff up. I figured out how to put stuff up before starting stream, so that's fun. Learning and improving this craft every day that I do it. So keep on the watch out for the 100th and for my next set of streams that I'll get around to uh, probably in the later half of this week. So see everyone, stay gold.